We're going to create a simple flowchart to store the greeting entered by a user and then make a decision based on that greeting and output either "have a nice day" or output the word "grumpy", depending upon what the user typed in. So the first thing we need is a variable to store the greeting. So I'm going to double click on this arrow, choose declare. I'm going to call my variable greeting, which is a sensible name because that's the information it's going to hold. I'm going to change it to a string, which means it will be text, and click on OK. I don't have to give it a value to start with, but it's good practice to give it a value. So I'm going to assign it a value. So I'm going to assign my variable called greeting a value of nothing. So when the program is first run, it has no value at all. Then I'm going to print a message on the screen using an output box, and the message is simply going to say enter a greeting. So this is what the user will see. The user needs to be able to have some way of inputting a greeting when they see that message. So when they've input a message, a greeting of some sort, it has to be stored in the variable called greeting. So the properties of input are going to be greeting. So what's typed in by the user will get stored in the variable called greeting. We then need to make a decision. We need to tell the computer that if the greeting is nice, if it's true, do one thing, if it's false, do another. So the user at this point has input a greeting. We hope it's a nice one. So if I double click on if, we can put an expression in here which very simply says, okay, if greeting, so this is what the user's typed in, if it equals hello, if that is true, then output a message, and the message we're going to output is going to be have a nice day. Now if it's not true, if the user types in a greeting and they don't type in the word hello, they type in anything else at all, we're going to output a message which simply says grumpy. So in speech marks here, I'm going to write grumpy and click OK. So just working through it again, this is our variable called greeting. It will start as a blank entity, there'll be nothing there. It will output a message that says enter a greeting. Then the user will be given the chance to input their greeting. That greeting will be stored in the string called greeting. The program will then check and say, does the greeting equal hello? If it does equal hello, we'll consider that to be a nice greeting and we'll output have a nice day. If it doesn't equal hello and it's anything else, it will output the word grumpy. So let's run it and see what happens. So we hit play. On the right hand side it says enter a greeting, which is the output box here. When I type in a greeting, it will go into the input box here. So I'm going to type in hello. So this is correct here. It will now enter hello and it will say if it's hello, if that's true, output have a nice day. So we expect it to say have a nice day. So I'll click enter. Sure enough, that was true. It did equal hello, so it outputs have a nice day. Now we'll try running it again. So hit play again, enter a greeting, and then instead of putting hello, we're going to type something else in. We're going to type in go away, which is not a nice greeting. So does it equal hello? No, it doesn't. So it's false. So it's going to go this way and print out the word grumpy. So I press enter, and sure enough, it prints out grumpy.